Hi guys, so this is a recording and it's cut off of the original live, and I was given permission to post this reading. It is a spirit led of someone's mother-in-law and husband that came through, and so this was pre-recorded, and again, these are private spirit led readings. Also, I do realize that there's an echo on Beach Lover's side. There's nothing that can be done about that, so please don't complain about it. It is what it is. I don't know why there's echoes, so we were having some issues that night. If you are interested, I do have a couple spots open for April 12th. There are only 6 people in each group. If we have more interested, I will add more. It is $25 to join. Otherwise, go ahead and enjoy this mediumship reading with it was actually a really good one. I really enjoyed it, and there's some really beautiful moments in here. So thanks for liking, subscribing, and sharing and being here, and enjoy. Yeah, it feels like it's two energies. The guy he keeps presenting with a ring, so I don't know. Okay. Okay. I think the grandmother is going to be a little bit stronger. Yeah. I know we have 2 people in here that lost husbands, one recent and one a long time ago. And it's almost like I keep feeling like them trying to come in because I keep thinking about them, but I'm obviously not pulling them in all the way. This is more like black, like his hair, like black hair. There might be a little bit of gray mixed in, and then he's got a mustache that goes down goes like this. I'm just seeing him. I feel like he actually was very mechanical or works all with his hands or labor oriented at some point in his life. And then they show me he may have ended up having an illness that slowed him way down. So I keep getting that about the guy, and then the female, I'm trying, hold on. I can't control what comes in. So then the female, I mean, she feels like so mother energy can be grandmother or mother. And I might have to go bring that deaf dog in. It's barking too much. I just keep getting a reference to dishes right now. Dishes and flowers, very grandmotherly, pots and pans, so cooking. I know this can relate to a lot of different people. I don't see her very well at all. I think her hair might be gray in a reference to like curly. And I also kind of see her in like flowered type dresses, like the old school ones. There's also a reference to the name Eric. And my head is hurting specifically over by my ear for some reason. I'll bring them in as clear as I want to. Frustrating. I mean, I want to connect flowers to the woman, but significantly roses for some reason. It can be symbolic as well. But and there's also a handing down of jewelry. Yeah, I mean, I hear like pots and pans and like cooking, like they like to cook. But I also get like, oh, like she likes all the grandmotherly stuff, and I don't know if she just liked flowers and like everything was flowers. Because I keep seeing her like in a flower dress, but then there's a reference to roses, but there's a handing down of jewelry, and I also feel like dishes like were handed down or something like that. That's the way that it comes across. So I keep wanting, sorry, I keep wanting to cough. So that usually tells me heart. The way that this is coming in, it can be heart or lungs, but it feels like it's heart related. There's also a reference to my hands, so I don't know if I've got pain in my hands. I used to go like this a lot with my hands because of the pain. But I just want to do this a lot with my hands. Yeah, I mean, my head's hurting, but I also want to cough. So with cough, it's like the heart. I definitely get a lot of flowers around her, so I don't know. It feels like her dishes are flowers. She's like, she wears flowers, like she likes flowers, significantly rose, but I don't know if rose is symbolic, like it can go for her name. I usually hear it, but or it can just be like she liked roses. But my head is hurting like over here, like where my ear is for some reason. I don't know why. That's just the way that it's hurting. But I keep wanting to cough. So it can be heart or lungs, but heart, it feels like there's multiple energies coming in. Like I think I'm getting the grandma more than the guy. Did she have like, I'm getting like grayish curly hair or grayish hair that was like curly, and I don't know, there might have been buns at some point. Like that kind of comes into. But the cooking seems significant. Like this person really liked to cook and they cooked really well. I don't know, Stacy. I can only tell you what I'm getting. So there is a heart relation and my head hurts. So I could be getting multiple energies. I don't know. If you can take 95% of what I'm getting, I can only tell you what they give me. But my head is kind of pounding a little bit here. But I also feel like there might be a heart thing going on because I want to cough. And my chest kind of hurts, but literally my head feels like it's hurting bad into my ears. So sometimes this is just a description of what's going on in the body. I can or cannot relate to their passing. But someone also had issues with their hands because I keep wanting to go like this with my hands. So my hands hurt, or I've got arthritis in my hands, or something like that. But I'm also getting the chest pain and the cough. Okay. All right, Beach Lover. It might be you because they're coming in together. And so yeah, it may be both energies, the husband and the mom. Like one might bring in the other, if that makes sense. Because yeah, because sometimes one will bring in the other, and it seems like they're both there together. So we don't want to make things like fit, but like there may be piggybacks. If you can take anything, just take it as a message. But it would make sense that that's why I'm picking up two energies if they knew each other. Yeah, I'm thinking so too, Lizzie. Oh, she raised her grandson named Eric. Okay, it probably is. Can you take any of the other stuff that I got, like the flowers and like? Did you say flower dresses? I don't know if you said that. So I keep getting a reference. Did she hand down any jewelry? Because the husband did present, or I mean, the guy, I took it as a husband because he presented with the ring. No, I'm talking about beach lover, Stacy. Because it feels like these two energies came in together and we got the name Eric. So that makes sense. Yeah, because I keep wanting to put like flowers around her, so I just don't know if she really liked the flowers. It's like she's got a flower dress, she's got dishes with flowers on them. Like she cooked a lot, she's a good cook. Like recipes, I feel like are handed down. People tried to cook what she cooked. Okay, because the guy definitely feels like a husband. Because it's like black hair with like gray in it, and then it's got like the mustache and then the beard that comes. I mean, you know, like the facial hair like that. And it's got gray mixed in, but it's black, mostly black, but it's got that little bit of, you know, pieces of gray hair. And then he goes on one knee and presents with a ring. So I took him as a husband for sure. But then it's like this mom energy. I mean, more than likely they're connected. Sometimes that happens. Like one will bring in the other. Does that make sense? Did he like work a lot with his hands, or was he really active until something kind of slowed him down? There's a reference to my heart and my head, so it could be I'm feeling both of them. Because it's like I keep feeling like I'm active, I'm doing like, I don't know, working with tools, working with my hands, and then some sort of illness slows me down and I'm in a bed. And that might be symbolic, like I'm really active and then I just get slowed down. Would this be his mom? Or no, you said it's your mom, right? It's your mom. That would make sense. Does she have curly gray hair? No, this is a husband energy because he's on one knee and he's presenting with the ring. So I'm taking him as a husband energy. His mom. Okay, so it is his mom. Okay, she had curly hair. Okay. All right. Let me take it as both of them belong to you. All right, beach lover. Here. Okay, there we go. Hello.
Hello.
All right. Can you just say real quick and validate what came in, just so?
Oh yeah. Let me turn it down. Yes. The dark hair with gray and the beard and the mustache. That was definitely him. And his mom had, it wasn't very curly hair, but it was curly and gray. And she absolutely loved to cook for us. And she was an amazing cook.
Yeah, was there recipes that were handed down from her? Do you know if she had like her own recipes or recipes?
Yes, she did, and it was like by word of mouth. I mean, she told you.
Okay.
So it wasn't always.
Yeah, because this is like it can be symbolic, but the way that they're showing me is like,
yes,
recipes.
Definitely.
Okay, and did she hand down any jewelry as well? Because usually they'll take the jewelry and they'll put it in someone's hands, so it tells me that there's jewelry that was handed down.
She could have, not to me, but she could have.
And you said this was your husband's mom?
Yes.
Okay. So that would make sense they would come in together like that then. But I keep wanting to put flowers around her. Did she like flowers?
Yes.
Did she like flower print?
Yes. They
It's
had
like it's on her dishes, it's on her dress, it's on everything.
Yes. I'm getting a lot of feedback. How do I?
I don't know. I don't hear it on this end.
What?
I don't hear it over here.
No.
Unless you have like an extra YouTube open or something.
Okay. I'll turn it down a little.
Yeah, if you have YouTube open elsewhere, like you'll have to either mute it or get out of it and then come back in when you're done. As long as you close the YouTube tab and keep the StreamYard open, you should be fine.
Oh, okay. There we go.
Is that better?
Yeah.
Okay.
She had a lot.
So
she did wear flowery dresses, and they had some furniture that they passed down to us when we were first married that was flowery. The couch.
Okay. And what about like did she have any like, I want to say like china dishes or some sort of special dishes that had flowers on them?
Yes. There were dishes.
Okay.
You know, the kind you get in the
like a box, like the
soap.
china. Oh, the soap. Okay. I'm relating it to like china dishes or something like that with flowers on them.
Yes, she did have some.
Okay.
She didn't really
have
good china. But she did have some flowers.
Because I'm getting the reference to these ones that my grandma had that I ended up with, that they came in a box and they have like roses on them, like they're flowers and they're like nice dishes. So I'm getting that reference. But so your husband, did he like have like a lengthy? It's almost like he had issues. It's like they showed me he was really active at some point, like younger in his life, where he like worked a lot with his hands and did a lot of stuff. It was like really handy.
Yes.
That kind of comes in. Yes. And then but like it's almost like then they put him in a bed. So that makes me feel like something took him down really, really fast. And I want to connect it to like an illness of some sort that just kind of came in and just took him down where he couldn't really do nothing anymore.
It was fast.
Okay.
Yes.
Because it's like 1 minute I'm doing something, the next minute I'm in bed.
Exactly.
Like that's kind of how he takes me. Has he been gone for quite a while?
Yeah.
Do you know if 35 makes sense as an age or years or?
Yes, 20 years.
Okay. So do you know if 35 is like a significant age or if it's like 1935? I don't know. Because sometimes my numbers will be years or ages.
It could be 35 years for his mom.
Okay. Because remember, we got both of them coming in, so we got to kind of think of what belongs where. Okay. She's making me hungry because like I want her food. She's like putting all these plates out with like all this food on it. It looks so ridiculous. I hate when they do that. They make me hungry. It's like, quit teasing me with that. Because it's like she was very like very motherly, very grandmotherly. Like she liked to take care of people, and she definitely liked to feed them.
Absolutely.
And she would, even if you weren't hungry, she was forcing food on you.
Yes, yes, yes.
Like, here, eat
Yes.
now.
That was her.
And you had to finish everything.
Yes.
Don't waste it. You got to finish. You got to eat it all.
She was the best.
Yeah, she's very much like motherly towards you. It's not even like a mother-in-law. It's like like she's my daughter. Like, and that feels like that's kind of relationship you had. It's like, I'm glad she married my son, but she's my daughter anyways. Like, it's that type of relationship.
I loved her like a mother. Yes.
Yeah, it comes in as she's very like motherly towards you. That's why I was like, I thought it was his mom, but then I was like, but she feels motherly towards you, so it was kind of hard to tell. It makes sense they would come in together like that. I feel like he's been trying to come in with the roses like all night.
Now, he used to send me roses.
Okay. Yeah, because sometimes when I get like some significant others or something like that, I'll get roses. Like, they present with roses, but sometimes it can have more meaning. So, like, say if they gave you a lot of roses, then there's a multiple meaning with it.
When he was over,
but I always get that as like, this is a husband, but the way he was presented was like on one knee with a ring. So I don't know if he actually got on one knee when he proposed, because it's like old school like that.
Yeah. When he was over in Vietnam, he would have roses sent to me quite often.
I hear like love of my life. Like, that was it. There was no beginning, there was no, like, you were just it. Like, you were the beginning and the end.
Always.
And have you stayed single since?
No, I've remarried.
Okay.
I feel like he sent them to me.
Were you single for a little while though? Because there's a reference of like you being single for a while before.
Yeah. A little over 3 years.
Okay. He's mentioning an anniversary.
Yes.
So there one coming up or just passed?
Our anniversary is January 27th.
Okay, so it's coming up. Okay.
Yes.
Let's got chills with that. All right. So it's still there. You still have the anniversary.
Yes.
Okay, so when he used to send you roses, did he also like send you letters and stuff? Like, do you have a box of letters or something from him?
I did. And I still might. I just haven't found them because I've moved a few times. And we wrote almost every day when he was in the Army.
That makes sense, because he keeps showing me like letters being written and sent.
Yes.
And like a box of letters. Like, I keep getting a reference to, because I had some of my grandparents' old letters, like he used to write when he was overseas, and so it's like that. There's like a box of letters.
Exactly.
Okay. Oh my gosh, my dogs are being stupid right now. Is there a junior?
He's the junior.
Oh, he's the junior. Okay.
Yes.
So I was like, there's a name handed down, but I don't know if it's his kid or he's the junior. Okay,
he's the junior.
Okay. All right. Does someone like tiger lilies?
Yes.
Because I heard the word tiger lilies, but like I'm seeing them. So that your flower, or?
Yeah, I like them. I'm thinking about planting them in my garden.
Okay. They can pick up on stuff we're gonna do or think about doing as well. It's like to let you know, hey, we're in your thoughts. We know you're doing that stuff. So if you're thinking about planning them, that's probably why that's coming in. But I'm like thinking, I say Tiger Lily, the way you said it. He's kind of like showing me like this new husband. And like how understanding and loving he is. Very, very similar to your husband and how he was.
Yes.
They're very similar personalities.
Yes.
And it's like you're one of those fortunate people that got the same like love, you know.
Yes. Absolutely.
Twice in their life.
I don't know what I did to get so lucky. But I always said if they ever met, they'd be good friends.
Yeah, it comes across like they're very similar.
Yes.
And I mean, in a way, he sent him, but we picked these people before we come to Earth. So you already had soul contracts with both of these, and I feel like they were actually brothers in another. I know that sounds weird, like now.
No.
But it feels like they're brothers in another life.
I can see it.
Yeah. So that's what it comes across as. Like they're like they were brothers in another life. It feels weird saying that now in this world, but
I know.
In another life, and you had like soul contracts with both of them, but it's like he came in to help mend your broken heart and to be there for you as you go through other things in your life. Because where does 5? Okay, so I'm getting 5, but I want to take it to like grandkids or kids, unless it's May. But I keep wanting to take it to like
grandkids,
kids or grandkids.
Let's see. 1, 2. Yeah, 5 grandkids.
Okay. Because I kept wanting to take it. I was like thinking to myself, please say you have 5 grandkids, because that's how it was kind of coming in. Like, I wanted to take it to the grandkids. Okay. But he says there's a 6th on the way, or there will be.
What?
Sorry.
That's news to me.
I don't know. Okay. Spirit loves to tell me about babies, but it feels like it'll be a girl. But it's like he gave me 5 grandkids, but then he's like, and then I heard, but there's a 6th on the way.
How soon?
That's just what I heard.
Okay.
I don't know. It feels like a girl.
Okay.
So I don't know if any of your kids, can still have more kids, but
no.
If not, then great grandkids.
I mean,
yeah, it's like that's what I heard.
Okay, that's
unless they adopt. I mean, I don't know.
Could be.
Or there's an accident somewhere. I don't know. I had somebody message me. I had someone message me that was like 48 that got pregnant. So I mean, you never know.
Okay.
Just hang on to it.
I will.
All I know is what I heard, so okay. I don't know.
Okay.
That's one thing that Spirit's usually accurate about is kids, babies. Okay. I'm gonna laugh when you like email me.
What? Yeah.
I'm gonna laugh when you email me. You're like, Rachelle, look what you did. Do you know like a Jim or a Jimmy?
Jim's my husband now.
Oh, okay. I'll take that validation then.
Yeah.
I didn't expect that. I like when they give me relevant names like that. Okay. All right. Awesome. So he's just validating your husband then. Like he's very happy for you. He's very happy that you have someone. He's not one that would ever want you to be without, because I feel like, again, this was very quick, and it was something that was really hard for you to go through, because you guys had like a soulmate relationship.
Oh, definitely.
It was very like the kind that like you dream of when you're a kid, and it's like a fairy tale. Like, you guys could communicate well together. You did. I get the holding of hands, so I don't know if you actually held hands a lot.
Oh gosh.
If you held hands prior to his passing, I kind of get both.
Yeah.
It's coming in like both things. Like, that's just how close you were.
Oh yeah. Very.
And
it was so hard when I lost him. It was just
and that's what he's saying. Like, it was so hard on you because it was so like it happened so fast. Like, everything happened so fast.
It did.
And it was really hard to like catch up. You know what I mean? Like, you're over here, he's fine, the next day he's not, and you can't really like wrap your head around that this is happening. It's almost like that. Like, you were almost like in a daze. You know what I mean? Like, that's the way that it kind of comes across. And I feel like you were in a daze for a while. After his passing, trying to handle and deal with it, and you grieved really hard for him. And I feel like you talked to him a lot too, because I can hear you like talking out loud, like before you go to sleep.
Yes.
Saying how much you loved him, all of that. How much he meant to you, how much you missed him. Like, you just told him everything you wanted to tell him. But I feel like you told him that before he passed, but it's like,
I did.
You had to keep talking to him.
Yes.
Because it's like, I get this. So did you hold his hand prior to him passing and like tell him like how he was the love of your life, how much he meant to you? Like, I get this whole conversation of how you're just, you were everything to me, just like you laid it all out, and he heard every bit of that.
I'm so glad. Because I begged him not to go at first. And
then you let him go.
I knew that was wrong. Mm-hmm. But I did. I told him it was okay to go. And that
he held on to you for a little bit.
I know he did. And I knew that it was, I couldn't ask him to stay because I knew how much he'd suffered. And then I told him it was okay to go.
Because that's what he says. He's like, she talked to me. And I don't know if you like talk to him every day, but I feel like you're just talking to him how much you loved him and please don't go. But then it went from please don't go to I have to let you go. Like, this isn't fair. Because of the state he was in, and there was no coming out of it, and you realize that. Like, at first you felt selfish for feeling that way, but then it was like, I have to let you go. Like, you're not going to get any better. Like, no. You know what I mean?
I couldn't ask him to stay like that. He suffered so much.
And that's what I'm wondering, was this like cancer or something like that?
He had COPD and emphysema.
Okay.
And he had rheumatoid arthritis in his lungs.
I've never even heard of that. But that would be why I keep wanting to cough. But it feels like there's something going through his body though. That's more
he had blood clots in his lungs too. And if there was anything else, we didn't know.
Okay. Because I'm taking it as cancer just because the way it's coming in, like, it's like it affected my whole body. Like, usually whenever I get cancer, I get it through the blood and it'll affect my whole body. But also, I mean,
he had osteoporosis.
Anything blood related can come in that way.
Yes.
And because I feel a lot of pain in my body too, unless I'm picking up on somebody else.
Terrible pain for 11 years.
So that's why I kept going like this with my hands.
Yeah. Stuff. Rheumatoid arthritis.
Okay. That makes sense.
Thank you, Sue.
He says that like you meant the world to him.
I know that.
Where's you still have like the wedding ring or something like that?
Yes. It was a
Is it
long
like
time
put
before
away?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, were you ever thinking about inscribing it, or is there inscription on it, or is that the one you have now? Because there's something about an inscription that's coming across. I think. Unless that's something you and your husband now do later on. There's almost like I get like an inscribed ring or an inscription added later. I don't know. I'm misperceiving that. I don't know.
We didn't have it inscribed. And I think...
Or did you ever talk about it?
No. Not that I know of. And I think I buried him with his ring.
Yeah, I didn't feel like you had his. I feel like you had yours.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It's almost like I wonder if, like, for your anniversary with your new husband, that's something you guys do. Like, you inscribe your bands.
Well, mine's so thin, I couldn't get anything on it.
Yeah, but your husband's isn't. Like, I don't know. That's just kind of what's coming in. Like, I see, like, writing on, like, a band.
Okay.
Unless it belongs to somebody else. I don't know. Did you guys meet when, like, you were young? Like,
I was just going to tell you. I was 16, going into my senior year in high school. And he was 19.
I was going to say, yeah, he's young. He's older than you.
And he was home.
Yeah, that's how old I was.
And it was love at first sight.
Yeah.
Both of us.
Was he in the military when you met
him?
Or?
Yes, he was in the Army getting ready to go over to Vietnam.
Because when you were talking about that, I could see him like in like, you know, the green suit, like the weird olive green colored suits that they had. And like their dress greens, and then like the hat like kind of sideways. Yeah. But that's how I was seeing it, like, so that's why I was like, was he in the military when you met him? Because it was like, I'm dressed in my dress things, and I don't know if like you had a picture of him, or because it's almost coming across like I see that, but I also see it picture form. So I don't know if it was like a picture you looked at when he was over there, or it's almost like he's in his dress, you know.
Yeah, I don't know what they called him. Still got his uniform.
Okay. Because he kept showing me that, and I was like, oh, in the military before. So it's almost like he left in the military, and you guys were still very new in your relationship.
We just met.
Yeah.
And he was over there for over 2 years.
That's the way it comes across.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you wrote letters, and you were like, but almost like when you came back, you got pregnant, like really quick.
I did. He came home in October.
Taking me through your whole life. I don't know.
Pardon?
I said he's taking me through your whole life. I don't know. He's like he's taking me through like the whole time you met. Like you met, he's in the military. He goes, he comes back. You get pregnant.
Had our daughter.
I was gonna say, was it a girl?
Yes.
Okay, because I was getting like, I was asking him to make sure, because I was showing me pink and making me feel like it was a girl for your first child.
And boy, was she a daddy's girl.
You guys just had like one of those like storybook romances. That's it.
Absolutely.
Like it was literally like soulmates. Like it was supposed to happen the way that it happened, and he hated leaving you. Like it's almost like when he got sick, it was like he kept thinking about what's going to happen when I go. What is going to happen to her? Like he was more concerned about you and your well-being than his own well-being.
I know that.
and he hated that it kind of like burdened you in a bit. Like he didn't like feeling that you were burdened in any way, shape, or form. You know what I mean? Even though he wasn't a burden, it's like his human emotions. He didn't want to burden you.
I know it, and I didn't feel like it was a burden taking care of it.
No, he knows that now. But
I know.
mean, when he was in it, he didn't like feeling that way. Like, he didn't like feeling like you had to take care of him or he was a burden on you or anything like that.
Not
like he never thought. It's almost like you guys talked about living your whole lives together. I feel like there's a conversation of growing old together, having a whole life together, and it's like this just screwed everything up. Like him getting sick it just stopped those dreams, and he just really felt bad for leaving you. But it was like because you had your whole life's planned. That's what he's talking about. Like we have all these. Like he takes me like The Notebook, like you know how at the end they're old and they're together. Like that's how he always thought it would be. So and he's like he's upset that he had to leave you, but he's glad that you have somebody to take care of you now. Was there a little like fluffy dog that you would connect to, or he would connect to, someone would connect to?
A dog?
Yeah, like a little fluffy one.
Oh, we had so many animals.
This is like a little like fluffy. It almost reminds me of like a Shih Tzu or something that's like yeah, it could be poodle, like something like longer haired, little longer haired.
No, we had Cocker Spaniels.
Okay, that could be. It's definitely got longer hair.
Yeah,
remind me of like Shih Tzu, but I had Cocker Spaniels when I was little too. I miss those dogs. It's like there's a little dog running around at his feet that's got longer hair.
The only little dog we had was a miniature poodle.
Okay.
But it wasn't long-haired. We had many cats.
No, this is a dog. I don't know. It just has like long. It kind of reminds me of like a.
Oh, wait a minute! Yes,
a Shih Tzu or a Pekingese or something.
Yes, we had a Pekingese.
Dog like that. Okay.
Yes.
I was like, it's something like that, like with a smushed face and long hair.
Yes, I forgot about that.
Okay. So that one's running around. I mean, the other ones are there too, but that one's the one that's running around him right now.
Oh my goodness.
It's funny I said Pekingese because I don't even know what the freaking kind of dog that is, but he put it in my head because I'm like, it's not a Shih Tzu. Like, what is like a Shih Tzu? It has like the.
We brought that home from his parents. I think they gave it to us. And I think we brought it home. I didn't particularly want it, but we brought it home and had it. That was at our very first house. Oh my gosh. Forgot about that one.
I'm glad you remembered now because I'm like, yeah, it's definitely a little dog.
Yes.
It's cute. So it's like running around his feet.
Oh, yes. Yes.
Seem like a high energy type dog.
Very. Yes.
Like all over the place. But was one of your cockers like a female?
Yes.
Okay, because did you guys used to put bows in its hair?
Maybe after she was groomed.
Yeah, anytime. I keep seeing like a female cocker like sitting in his lap. And it's got like little bows on its ears, like up here.
Yeah, he bought her for me for my birthday. And he and my daughter went and picked her up.
Did he used to sit on his lap? It's on the other side, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, she was a sweetheart.
Oh, I love cockers. Now I want a cocker again. They were my childhood dogs.
That's why he got that for me, because I had one when I was much younger.
That must be why that's coming in, because I keep getting the memory of when I had Cocker
Yes.
Spaniels when I was a kid. Okay. That's why they use my references sometimes. All right, that makes sense. He's pretty strong. I didn't expect him to be this strong. I'm like not struggling to bring in information with him at all. But he definitely kind of pushed Mom out of the way after she talked a minute. And
I'm not
like, hey, it's my
surprised.
turn. Yeah. Because he definitely needs you to know how much he loves you, how much he still loves you, and how much he's still very much around. You know, a lot of times as we move on in life, sometimes we feel like, you know, how would our husband feel about us getting remarried? Or, you know, they honestly are very happy for us because they know that we have to continue to live a human life. They know we have soul contracts with other people. Like, they're okay with it. They're very supportive. It's not, there's no jealousy or any of that on the other side. So he's very supportive of this. And again, it was like they knew each other before, so it's not like it's a stranger to him. And what's important is you're taking care of, because he knew that he spent so many years of his life with you that it was like he was worried about you being alone for too long. And as you aged, he knew that you needed somebody to be there. So
that's true.
Plus, that's kind of like what you chose anyways. Like, you just, I mean, you might have at one point in a different life had kind of like a little similar thing, like between two brothers. That's kind of coming in. That's why I said it's kind of like weird to say that, but that might have been a different life. This time it just happened a little differently, but you definitely have all been in a life before.
Well, he wanted to have that conversation, and I didn't want to have it. And then I finally said, okay, go ahead and tell me. And then we're not talking about it anymore. And he gave me permission if I found somebody to love, that it was okay. I had his permission. And I said, okay. And thank you. But I was not ever thinking about being with anybody else.
No, he knows that, but it's like he's happy to see that you're taken care of. Like, that's the biggest thing. Is he was concerned about what was going to happen to you when he left. And I feel like that was a conversation too. Like, you know, what was going to happen when I'm gone? Like, what's going to happen to my wife? Like, he was, again, more concerned about your well-being and what happened with you when he was gone than he was about him leaving. That's how much he loved you.
I know that.
So it's, you know, it's just I don't know, he's so happy that you are okay and you're taken care of and that you're living a beautiful life. And I don't know if I feel like there's a trip. Are you guys thinking about going on a trip?
We've talked about.
Or a vacation?
Yeah.
Okay. Because he's like, go on the trip, enjoy life. Like, he doesn't, you know, he wants you to, when you're smiling, he's smiling. So, you know, go on that trip. He said everything will fall into place for it. Like, because I don't know if you're like worried about certain things falling into place, but he's like, everything is going to fall in place. Just take the trip. He says second honeymoon.
Yeah, it could be.
Yeah. So, he's blowing you kisses. He's standing with his mom, and you know, he's like, I love you.
I love you
so
too.
much. You were like everything to him. He just wants you to know how much you're truly loved from the other side by him and his mom.
I've never doubted that. And she was like my mom to me. That's how much I loved that whole family. And his two sisters were like the sisters I never had. And I thank God so much for bringing them into my lives and making my life so much richer and so much happier. And I couldn't have gotten into a better family.
Well, you're all soul families. But another thing that's coming in is, I don't know, did you take a trip to the beach after he passed? I know your name is Beach Lover. I know you like the beach. But there's a reference coming in about going to the beach, picking up a shell, picking up some shells. I don't know. That's just coming in. Unless you're going to take a trip to the beach with your new husband. But there's a reference.
I have gone. Gosh, that was so long ago. I don't know if I went right.
And I keep seeing shells, so I don't know if you picked up a couple shells and kept them. But it's like as you walked along the beach, and I've had spirit show me this a few times. It's like they're walking behind you. You know that footprints in the sand?
Yes, that's my favorite.
Okay, so I'm getting that reference, but it's like instead of Jesus walking behind you, he is walking behind you.
Yes.
It's like that when you're walking on the beach. And I don't know if that's like your place, and you guys love that place together, but it's coming across as the beach is very important. And you're walking along the beach, he's walking behind you, but I see you like stop and like pick up a shell and like, you know, look out into the ocean and just see how beautiful it is, and you think of him. Like he's showing me that moment. So I don't know if you had a moment like that when you went to the beach after his passing, but that's coming in.
Yeah, so. Several times, because he would love to go fishing. He didn't like to get in the ocean, but he loved the beach. In fact, he was born in Myrtle Beach.
Okay, yeah, because I keep getting like a beach reference with you too, but it's like still as you walk along the beach, I'm gonna be walking behind you, like that, like to footprints in the sand, like that kind of thing.
Yeah.
And I just keep seeing this beautiful shell, so that might be something in the future that you pick up if you haven't picked up a shell. But I see like you're just gonna see it's like one of those really pretty that you'll notice it's got a lot of colors on the inside.
Yeah.
Almost like an abalone, but not really. It's because it's like fanned. So you'll see something like that if you haven't already. And I feel like you're looking out and you're just like thinking of him, and he just wants you to know that whenever you've done that, whenever you do that, like he's gonna be there regardless. And I'm just wondering if if like you're gonna end up at the beach on your trip. But
well, we're thinking about taking a cruise.
Okay. If you see a shell like that, pick it up.
I will.
And cruises sometimes take you to islands. So just saying.
Yes, they do.
You know, do it. Take the cruise. Or do whatever you want to do. He says life is for living.
Yes.
Because he takes me back to, he was living life and all of a sudden he was in the bed. Like it's like you don't have a lot of time. Do what you got to do that makes you happy. Go out and live life. Like don't just go mundane day to day. Like I wish I could follow this. I'm always working, but you know what I mean? Like he's like saying live life, take chances, go on vacations. And I think this is for the whole chat. Like he wants people to live life to their fullest. And I feel like that's his biggest message is going out, living life and being happy. And he says life is what you make it.
That's so true.
And I don't know why the coasters are coming in. I don't know what the hell that's about, but I don't know if he had specific coasters. Mom had specific coasters. There's reference to coasters. I don't know what that is.
Okay.
I don't know. You always had to have a coaster under your drink. I don't know.
We did. I've got coasters. I've got little coasters in the car. The cup holders in the car that I bought.
Oh, you bought it at the beach?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. It might be that because we were just talking about the beach.
Yeah.
Is that one of the times you went after his passing?
Yeah. Well, it was this past, it was May and June of last year. I went down to visit my son at the beach.
Okay. That could be it. He could just be saying like you got coasters when you went to the beach. Like it's just a validation.
Yeah.
Because we were just talking about the beach. So that makes sense. I'm like, why are you bringing up coasters? Like it doesn't make sense to me. But if you picked up coasters at the beach, then that's what that's about.
Yeah, the little tiny ones to put in the car for the cup holders.
Right. He's just letting you know that like he was there when you bought them, I guess. Because we were just talking about your beach trip. So he had to bring in the coasters for proof that he was there. Because I could just tell you that, but he wants to bring in the coasters to know that, there's the proof I was there. I saw that you bought those. I made you buy those. That kind of thing. Because I don't know, it feels like you were like in a little shop or something.
Yes,
by the
yes,
beach.
yes.
Yeah. He's like following you around the shop as you're in this little shop by the beach, and it's like all of a sudden, like you saw these. It's almost like you saw these coasters, and you couldn't leave them.
I couldn't.
Yeah,
I couldn't.
I felt that with that little dinosaur I bought for Quentin. Like I couldn't leave it. I was in the line and I had to go back and get it. It's like one of those things. Like
Yes,
you can't leave the coasters there. So that was him. He made you get the coasters.
that's the
Maybe
same
so I
thing
could validate this later. I don't know.
I stayed the longest at was those little stupid coasters.
Yep. It was like you tried to leave it and you couldn't leave them. You had to buy them, even though like I don't want to spend money on this. You did because he made you do it.
Exactly. It was 2.
It was like his little present for you. So,
Oh,
and probably because he knew this was going to happen and he could validate it later. But
exactly.
it was just his way of like pushing you to like buy the coasters for whatever reason.
I really felt compelled to get those 2 coasters.
Yep. I think that's what it's about, because it's almost like I'm getting that reference. Like I couldn't leave that. It's almost like the same thing. Like you have to get them. You have to get them. So it was his fault, because he shows me like him following you around, looking over your shoulder while you're in the shop.
Oh, I love that.
I don't know. I guess he liked them and he wanted you to have them.
Well, good. I love that. I love knowing that he's around me, and I talk to him, and our songs come on the radio, and I know that's him. Mm-hmm. And I'll say hi. And you know, it's little things like that mean a lot.
Yep. He definitely loves you a lot, chica.
I know.
I hope this was helpful.
Oh gosh, yes. You have no idea. One question, quick question: was he? Yeah. Did he help my mom cross over in October?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I knew it.
They're always there when our loved ones pass, and when we feel like they're feeling pain, they're not. It's like their body is numb to it. And then it's like they're here and then they're there, and they're met with by everybody.
Yeah.
Even if they didn't really know them, but I mean,
yeah.
Past and present people are there from all lives, you know, when we go. But usually it's the significant people that we know when we cross. So yeah, he was definitely there.
Well, I knew my dad would be, but I figured he was too, because he loved her so much.
And I think that's like, you guys are all soul family, because it's amazing. Like, it's like you guys have like all this love between, like, I just feel so much love between the families. It's like they don't make it like that anymore. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
I just wish all families were like that, like blended families, you know. There's like so much love there. But I think that Mom didn't come in because she might be still adjusting, but also she knew you needed to hear from him.
But what?
So she knew you needed to hear from him.
Yeah.
So, and it's like Mom brought him in.
Oh.
Like his mom brought him in. So, but they're all together on the other side.
I know they are, and I'm glad. Makes me happy.
Yep. And we'll see him when it's our time.
Absolutely. You know? Absolutely. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. I hope it was helpful.
Oh, it was. It was amazing. Just amazing.
Great. I'm so happy. It's nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
Thank you for being a part of the channel and tonight.
Absolutely. It was more than I could have ever hoped for, and more than I expected.
Oh, I'm so glad.
I needed it.
Yeah. Well, we usually, you know, if we don't get it now, we get it at some point where we need it. You know, I just try to bring in everybody I can.
I waited 20 years, so I was, if not anything, I was patient.
20 years. Yeah, that's a long time.
I didn't give up. But I saw the signs, so I knew he was there.
Yep. There you go.
Now I got to go tell Jim.
Yeah, you do. You have to go and he named him. That's even crazier.
I know.
That's even crazier. I mean, I didn't expect it to be that.
I didn't either.
Nope.
Well, take care.
All right. Thank you.
See you next time.
All right. Sounds good.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye.